Can you guys hear me? Fine. Can you guys hear me fine? Yeah, I think my audio is fine now. Let's give us a couple of minutes for other folks to join. Is anybody looking to speak? Nobody has joined as a speaker. No problem. Okay, give me a couple of minutes. Hello, guys. We're live on all the platforms Twitter, Facebook Live. Someone has requested to speak. Thanks, Jayesh, for joining as a speaker. Give me a second. I'm just making sure. Okay. Uh, I think they're all set now. Okay. The news this week is I'm hearing from a lot of attorneys. They are saying that uh, they are seeing problems with the H1B entry at the port of entry. Some people have been deported, or they have been asked unusual questions, or they have been uh, their devices have been searched and other such stuff. I don't know anyone firsthand, and nobody has told me directly about it. But I'm hearing a lot of attendees say, share this information on their reels or YouTubes and other stuff. But that's pretty normal, as per my opinion. It has been happening earlier as well. There is nothing new. So if you are traveling uh, with H1B, you have to be extra careful that you don't work for any other employer unless that employment has been explicitly approved as an H1B concurrent visa. But if you just have one employer sponsor on the H1B visa, I strongly suggest that you only work for one employer, and then make sure that there is nothing contradictory on your phone. Like, they usually check emails. That's what I've heard. If you have an email talking to some other employer, or various versions of the resume passed here and there between some of the your consulting employers, then it could be an issue if they ask you about it and you're not able to explain what is it and why do you have multiple profiles. Multiple profiles in the sense that they are not the same as what you have declared in your H1B application. So if, for example, if one profile is talking about the marketing or the business analyst profile, and the other one is talking about the software engineer sort of a thing, then it could be a problem. But if you have different versions of the profile for the pretty much the same employment type, then you should be fine. That it's not a big issue. But be very careful about it because of the strict requirements these days. I don't know about any specific individual case. It's just that uh, some attorneys are advising people to be extra careful when they're trying to enter the US from any airport. It doesn't matter which airport or specific airport, but if anybody in the audience who are joining have experienced it firsthand, and if they want to share their experience, then they are most welcome to do so. Last, I think 2 weeks ago, someone did come on the Twitter Spaces and share that. They had entered the US from, I think, LA, and they faced no issue and no questions. Last week, someone in one of our WhatsApp group also mentioned that they entered the US and there was no question asked, absolutely. So that was pretty smooth and entry. And I don't know anyone directly firsthand who has faced an issue or who has been deported, especially using the H1 visa at the port of entry. So if anybody has heard or any of their friends have heard about any issues, please share. Jayesh, do you want to speak? You have any ideas or have you heard anything about it? You are the only speaker apart from me today.
No, Anil. I mean, in fact, I'm avoiding travel, so I want to listen the experience of other people. Like, but
Oh, you're the
I haven't heard any such case. I think it's too
yeah,
early to
right,
predict right now. I
right.
think.
Right. I heard couple of H4 issues. One of the case that I heard was the H4 visa stamping, where the person had overstayed after the I-94 expired for H4. They forgot to file the extension on time, and then, if I'm not wrong, they overstayed by 240 days in USA. And then they went to India for visa stamping, and the visa stamping was denied. That was very strange thing that happened because I've never heard this kind of scenario before where they deny the entry. The rule is that when you have spent more than 180 days in US without an authorization, like without filing the extension or pending extension, that's considered unlawful presence. And then if you apply for the visa at the US embassy, they usually just give you the waiver and apply and give you the visa stamp. But in this specific case, they gave Form 221G, and then after I think about 5 or 6 months, they finally denied the visa. So I don't know much about that case. I did not interact with that person directly, but I know of that case. It was discussed in one of our WhatsApp groups. So that is one strange thing that I've heard. I don't know whether they have tightened the visa rules as such. I've not heard about any such tightening of visas. I don't think they have given any kind of executive order for visas, for the employment-based visa specifically. But this is the only case that I heard. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
looks like if we have proper documentation, there should not be an issue. But
right,
yeah,
right,
we will hear more cases and as the month will pass, right? So it's
right,
too early to predict. I
right. So
think last in yeah.
what is the general consensus in everyone's mind? People are trying to avoid travel.
Yeah, that's what like because there is a hype that don't travel, right? So that's why people are trying to avoid.
Yeah.
Uh, I myself was traveling to probably Mexico. I had a plan actually for visa
Okay.
stamping. Instead of
Uh-huh.
going to India, last time I had a visa stamping in Mexico. It was pretty smooth ride in
Yeah,
Mexico.
smooth. Yeah, stamping in Mexico is in fact, I would say, better than India. It's you can get the visa appointment easily there. There is no problem like India, right? How much time did it take to get the appointment there? Can you
Nothing. I
share?
mean, I think I booked 1 month before there was a slot
Mm-hmm.
open. So it's like a random, but
Okay.
mostly these are open slots you will find. And I went to Mexico City. It is pretty safe. And then I was
Right.
having
Right.
that conception in my mind before going to Mexico that it is dangerous and all that. It's nothing like that.
Yeah.
It's
There will be cartel on the road. They'll kidnap you.
in fact it's safer there.
Yeah.
Because the transportation is very like cheaper, like Uber, using
Very
Uber and
less.
etc. And I was
Right.
staying
Right.
nearby embassy. There are a lot of good hotels near embassy, very cheap. In fact, I was there for half a month, like 15 days. And I
Right.
spent
Right.
like 400, $500 on that. That's it. Nothing
Right.
much.
Right. Yeah, I have traveled to Mexico City somewhere, I think in 2009. That was my
Mm.
first trip. I went there for a business project and I stayed in Mexico City. The first experience was that the city itself is good, but before landing there, I was told that there is only one hotel. I used to work for
Uh,
TCS at that time, and TCS has taken the whole hotel for their employees in the sense that
But
everyone traveling from TCS will be
but
staying in that
Anil,
hotel.
Anil, TCS promote to go to India, right? They don't like they say to employees that don't go to Mexico or they there is no such rule. I mean, I have heard from my colleagues. That's why I'm asking because they prefer to go to stamping to India, I believe.
Right, stamping is a different matter. When I traveled for a business project. Like we were trying to get a client from Mexico.
Oh, okay, okay, got it.
I went
Yeah.
there for client presentations.
Okay, okay.
It was a big bank in Mexico that TCS was trying to get. I went there
Mm,
and they asked me to stay in a specific hotel because a lot of others who went there earlier got their laptops and other stuff stolen from other places that they were staying in. So what they did was they tied up with one specific hotel saying that whosoever visits from our office in India, they will be staying here. So the whole hotel was full of Indians and everyone was from either HCL, TCS, and these kind of companies. But then after that, when I traveled alone in the city, it was pretty nice. I used to walk. The transportation was very good. The roads were
mhm,
very nice. In fact, it was better. I am from Delhi, and it was much better than Delhi. I can say that
mhm,
the
mhm.
infrastructure and other stuff. I saw the metro train there, the
Yes.
metro buses. Everything was pretty nice, very nice. The city was very safe. And
And they
other
kind
time,
of developed it as a
yeah,
point of like tourism point. They have developed it, so
okay,
you don't get like much trouble there, whether it's
right,
transportation, food.
right. And I think you have more recent experience about the visa stamping and stuff. Did you get the stamping there or not?
Yes, I went most recent, meaning like I went in 2022.
Okay, yeah,
And then I had a smooth stamping experience, meaning like right from appointment to getting the because the advantage there is like there is not much rush, so you can say within
right,
half an hour you are in and out.
right. Yeah, that's correct. I can vouch for it. In fact, I have been there for visa stamping pre-COVID once. I think it was in
Mm.
2019, about like
Uh,
6 years ago.
mhm,
And it was a city near El Paso. It's called City of Juarez.
mhm.
And I mean, the area near the embassy is pretty nice. It's safe. I used to travel half an hour distance using Uber, and it used to cost me $3 there. So that
Yeah.
was really fun. I met a lot of other people who were staying in the same hotel, and we used to just take taxis to the other end of the city and roam
Yeah.
around everywhere. And then the total bill was like $10.
Yes.
That was very fun. So whenever I get calls from people for stamping in Mexico versus India, I always tell them to go to Mexico because India
Right.
is, I mean, getting an appointment in India is itself a pain these days.
Hmm. Yes.
It's much better, easier, faster in Mexico. I think when I went there, they used to give passport either the same day in the evening with visa stamp or the next day morning. I
Hmm.
don't know how it happened with your case in 2022. Was it the
Yeah, it
same
was
day
the
or
same.
next day?
It was the
Same,
next
right?
day. Yeah.
Yeah. And in India, they even delay the passport issue as well, right? Then
Yes.
most of the time you get it after like 3, 4 days in India,
Yes.
right?
So people who have some cases like DUI or some other cases, they go to Mexico
Hmm.
because it's faster there as compared to India. Because getting a medical
Right.
in India itself it takes 1 month or 2 months, and then
Oh,
yeah,
so have you gone through that medical process?
no, no,
Or
no.
you?
I mean
Okay.
I've heard from my friends. That's I
Right,
haven't,
right.
but yeah.
Yeah, I've also heard. I've not gone through that process, but I've heard that if you have the drinking under influence ticket in USA, then they ask you to go for medical before they
Mhm.
stamp your visa, right? That's the process.
Yes, every time. And it's statewide rules. So, for example, some states have forever you have to go for stamping and medical.
Uh-huh.
Some have 10 years limit, I believe. After that, after your incident, for 10 years you have to go. For example, you are going every 3 years, right? So every 3 years you have to go stamping and medical both.
Okay. Okay. So that's good. So
Yeah.
if anybody has any questions, they can post it on YouTube chat or they can come and speak and discuss their situation. I'll be able to answer, and if any of the speakers want to share their opinion, they will be able to share too. Yeah. That's it from my side for the H1B travel. I am not heard of any issues as long as you have the visa stamp and you have the I-797 approval with the legitimate employer, then there should not be an issue. But if you are employed by a very small consulting company, basically very unknown company, and doesn't have many uh, like balance sheet records for the last 3 to 4 years, then you have something to worry about. I would say be extra careful and have all the documents and make sure that your phone is clean. Don't have anything on your phone or WhatsApp chats or the emails or other stuff that can put you in danger at the port of entry, because the CBP officer at the port of entry has a lot of powers, and they can search your electronic devices, including laptops, phones, and if they find anything that you are not able to explain and to their satisfaction, they can deport you, they can cancel your visa and other stuff. So be very careful about those things. So I have seen a lot of people doing this as well, that they take two numbers. They take a different number when they travel outside US and then use it with a different phone completely. I mean, just to be on the safe side, nothing to like bypass the law, but just to be on the safe side. That's what they do. So it's up to you. It's your choice, but I would say exercise caution if you have if you are employed by a small consulting company, not basically a company that is not very well known by the officer at the airport. Yeah. I'm taking one question from YouTube. Uh, so Navina Shetty says, "Can you switch jobs when H1B extension is pending?" I would need more details about what kind of situation is this. Not very simple to answer like that.
Um,
Just give me 1 second. I mean, if you can, depends on. I'm trying to put the question on the screen, but it's not coming up. I don't know why. Anyways, yeah. So let me just explain a little bit of scenario for Navina Shetty. Can you switch jobs when H1B extension is pending? So it depends on your I-94 status. So if your I-94 is valid with the current employer, or your after your most recent entry to the US, you can switch jobs. There is no issue. But if your I-94 has expired and extension is pending, then if you switch jobs and file H1 transfer, the situation is that USCIS may ask you to wait for the approval of the pending extension before they can approve the transfer. And if that happens, let's say that you switch the job, your I-94 was expired and your extension is pending, it is possible that your previous employer may withdraw your extension, right? And in that case, they may not even reply to the RFP that has sent for your transfer. So you will be in no man's land at that point of time. And just a small disclaimer, I'm not an attorney, I'm not a lawyer, so whatever suggestions I'm giving are based on my personal experience and I share it as a friendly advice. So if you have any specific immigration situation, please talk to an attorney or a lawyer before taking any action. But I wouldn't suggest switching the job when extension is pending and I-94 is expired. If I-94 is valid, then there is no issue. You can switch. Jay Sangvi on YouTube is asking, is it recommended to travel Canada for H1B stamping? It would be my third stamp and did previous to stamping in India. Yes, there is no issue if you want to travel to Canada. As long as you have all the paperwork, you should be fine. In fact, Canada is faster than India for visa stamping. Oh, now the comments are showing up on the screen. Some magic has happened. Okay, anybody else wants to ask? Oh, there is one more question. Okay, just give me a second. I'm reading the question. Okay, PL on YouTube is asking H1B visa and ICE 797 valid for 5 months at the time of port of entry. Will it be issue at time port of entry? H1B visa and ICE. No, there is no issue with H1B visa if it is valid for 5 months at the port of entry. I don't see any issue. You should be fine. Yeah, this was the question that PL asked. With H1B visa, they don't need any kind of expiry, but they might just reduce your I-94 to the validity of the visa or the passport expiry date, whichever is lower. That's the only concern. When you have entered the US, you can immediately file the extension of your H1B visa after entering the US. So that's pretty normal. Everyone does that. I don't see, I've never seen any kind of issue as such. Okay. Satya Prakash is asking. Okay, here is Satya Prakash's question. I'm going to India for stamping. Can I submit my H4 docs without taking them there? How to handle photo issue? I don't understand your question completely. Uh, I'm going to India for stamping. Are you going alone there or like what exactly is the situation? Can I submit my H4 docs without taking them there? How to handle photo issue? Like what exactly is the issue? And who are you applying for? Your family or what? Satya Prakash, I don't know. Don't understand this question correctly.
I
So,
think
but,
I think he is concerned about the photos. I mean, I think he is asking that whether he has to carry the photos from USA, or is it possible to take photos at Indian embassy? I mean, at the visa location. I think so. That's what his question is.
sometimes what people are trying to understand is that the primary H1B can travel and he can apply for H1 for visa for his dependents also, while the dependents are staying in the US. Right? If that's the question, then no, that's not possible. Everyone who is applying for the visa stamp has to travel to the US or to the US embassy. They cannot stay in the US and apply for visa. That's not allowed. You have to exit the US if you want the stamping. Or if, okay, he's saying, I'm going, maybe, yeah, let me rewrite here. Read it. Can I submit my H4 docs without taking them there? Like, how do you want to submit the H4 docs without taking them physically? They will ask you to print out, especially in India, they ask you to print it out. And if you don't have the printout, they charge a lot of money. If you go to some near printing shop, they'll charge like 50 rupees per page or something like that. That's what I've heard. They try to squeeze every last rupee from your pocket. It's better to take it and take the photos as well with you. I heard one case. Somebody told me, I think at the Delhi embassy or whatever, it may be happening everywhere in India. So even though they took the photos with them, they forced them to buy the photos from them by saying that these photos are not
Yeah,
acceptable. So
that's true,
this is
Anil.
like, oh, that's true, right? It's happening
That's
for everyone.
yeah, and this is not the case, recent case,
Uh-huh.
because the every time I go to India, I go to Mumbai
Uh-huh.
for stamping, right? In my previous
Uh-huh.
stampings,
Uh-huh.
and two times I carried the US photographs, and they didn't accept
Okay.
it, and they charged me there the
Uh-huh.
visa location, and it was like
Okay.
some two photos was 1,000 rupees or something. I'm talking about 3 4 years back.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
So it's business. So
That's crazy, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I've heard this recently. I think in last 2 weeks, someone called me and told me that the same experience in Delhi. So it's pretty much, I think, happening everywhere, I would say. If it happened with you in Mumbai 2 years ago, then this guy got this experience recently in Delhi. So be prepared for it. Basically, and take cash. I don't think they take, I think, electronic payments also. They ask for cash there.
yes, or maybe yeah, maybe. But the tip is don't carry any photographs from US. Spend money there if it's mandatory. Then why to spend money in US?
Yeah, it's like the tax, the mandatory tax you have to pay, mandatory toll tax. Yeah, it's India. You guys know how it works, right?
Yeah,
No
yeah,
surprises there. You have to
yeah,
pay everywhere.
yeah.
Okay, there's the next question is on YouTube is from Archana Naveen Kumar. He's saying we are planning a trip to India in July, and I guess we have approved I-797 till 2027 November. Is it safe to travel? Last year we went after 6 years. We got 221G and waited for 2.5 months. And see, 221G is pure luck. Nobody can really guess whether you will get the 221G or not. It all depends on the visa officer and how he perceives your specific visa application. So there is no need to worry as such. I would say if you have travel plans, then go ahead. Right now, there is no official ban from Trump or anybody else. It's basically just like if I mean, I can't really define it in words because there's no such ban, and I've not heard about any issues with the entry firsthand. But attorneys online are advising that be very careful, and if you can avoid the travel, avoid it. That's what they're saying. But it depends on your own judgment as to how important is the travel. If you can avoid it, then avoid it. Probably just travel. If you're just going for vacation, maybe do that vacation somewhere in US instead of India. The next 4 years are it's like going to be turbulence. So if you have turbulence in the airplane, I would suggest, like the captain says, keep your seat belts fastened. Just take some precautions, and the next term of the president, you might see something better. But you know, you're the best judge of your situation in that case. But otherwise, people are traveling. People who are travel on H1B visa for work, on business assignments, they are going. They cannot be stopped. I mean, company won't understand this situation, and they will go out and come back. Form 221G is not an issue as per my opinion. It's just normal. It happens with almost like 70, I would say 50% of the application, not 70. Almost half of the people get Form 221Gs and they get cleared. Okay, so Archana is again saying we have valid stamped visa till April 2025. We are really worried. Is it safe to travel? Well, so like if you have to go in July and August, then you have to get the visa stamp, right? So I would say don't go. It's not worth it. If you get stuck but for any specific reason, then you might not be able to come back quickly back to the US. And we don't know what kind of bans or other things are coming up. But I guess in 2 to 3 months, you will get an idea about what issues are coming up. Right now, there is no ban. So take a decision maybe by end of April or May for your travel. Don't book travel immediately. That's my suggestion. PL is asking, can they ask for end client letter at the port of entry? Well, yes, they can ask for anything. They have a lot of powers. They can even search your electronic gadgets, whatever gadgets you have. I have heard and I've read it on Reddit portals. People have shared that their Gmail account was searched, and when they found out that you are applying for multiple applications with multiple employers, and by changing your profile and showing some, uh, experience that you don't have, and they have been deported. So be very careful about those things. Sometimes people do create different profiles just to make it compliant with the job application. But if you have you know I don't know if you have seriously changed your profiles and sent it to multiple job applications, then it could be a worry. Satya Prakash is asking, my family is in India, but they will not be going to submit docs with me. Yes. Okay, that's the question, right? Yeah, you can do. So your family will have to sign the authorization that you can submit their docs, and then you can do it. Like for example, for your wife, just make her sign that my husband so and so can submit my document, and for your kid, you can sign yourself.
Provided that person himself is in India, okay? It's not like the
Yeah.
send the passport from here to there.
Right, yeah, that's not allowed. So all of your members for whom you are applying for visa should be in India. Basically at the in the country where you are applying for visa, not even in other country. That's the rule. If they are somewhere, because see, sometimes what people ask me is how will the USCIS or the US embassy know that the person is not in USA? So any guesses? Anybody wants to answer that? I think we have Bakarwadi. He knows a lot about it.
Yeah, like I-94 is the first one thing.
Exactly.
Arrival and arrival departure record.
Yeah. And I think airlines sent it to USCIS, right?
Yeah, yeah. Nowadays airline sends that.
Mm-hmm.
And about these 2 to 1 what earlier question was there. So what happens that like I don't know about the 100% process, but this is just came to know about somewhere else. Like
Uh-huh.
I could be wrong, but like but the moment you submit your DS-160 or when you put your get your details and everything. So what happens? I mean, initially at the same time your background check and all the things starts. Right.
Okay.
So whatever background checking and everything needs to be done for the particular profile, okay, it happens. So let's say that the data is being sent to the US local offices, maybe let's say FBI or someone or Department of Homeland Security, does the
Right.
primary scrutiny checkings and all the stuff. Now, what has
Uh-huh.
happened that now because a lot of people have been fired, okay,
Uh-huh.
across this federal government now from March, they will be asked to come to the office for 5 days a week. So
Uh-huh.
many more further layoff will come. So what will happen
Right.
there? All these records and all the thing like checking and everything will be delayed. So what will happen that
Okay.
at the embassy level, they will not get a much information that whether this profile needs to be passed on or not. Okay,
Okay.
that could further delay. I mean, I'm just assuming, but that is a process like that is what it happens in the background for any visa application that goes through. So they do all the due diligence in the back end. So maybe a month, 1 month ago, 2 months ago, whenever you submit it all the time. So by the time, that's the reason that in a 5 second, 10 second, they can tell you whether we are approving your visa or not. But otherwise, if 5, 10
Oh,
seconds, like how will they decide it, right? They want to issue it
right.
because prior to that, they already have some basic understanding that whether we can issue these, whether this profile is legitimate or not, and all the things are there. I'm assuming, but that is what the work process would be. And also, like if you check in some
Right.
movies and all the stuff, also, so that is what they do it, right? So I
Right.
believe
Right.
that could be the reason. So nowadays, now less people would be there for doing all this scrutiny. Obviously, automation will not be that much be available for them. Okay. So what they will
Uh-huh.
do, that they will be dependent only upon their own system to check it. So
Right.
sometimes 221G is given to those people like some that your profile has been not checked properly, or they are not able to derive on certain thing. That's a 50-50 case. I can approve it, I cannot approve it, and visa official does not want to take a chance. In that case, 221G is given that okay, let me check. In that case, they check, add some more information, and then go back to the senior officer and check it. Okay, yes, yes, okay, I can approve it or I cannot approve it.
Right.
Because visa, all the things are being done by at computer level and technological level, but ultimately yes or no in certain cases always goes by the senior official experience level. That
Okay.
is what my assumption is, that that is how everything goes.
Right. Right. No, I think I agree with you.
It could be like parcel, that could be the process, like screw checking. So let's see, like, and I think that lady said that she has a valid visa April. Then I would say that go before April, make a 15 days, 20 days short trip, and use your I-797 approval notice to use it arrival back. When you arrive back
Mm.
and you get extended I-94, that is better option rather than going for stamping in July.
Right. 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 Yeah. That's a better option. But she was thinking of traveling sometime in November, I think. July, August, or November.
Yeah, I think says July
Uh,
or August. So instead of that, I would
right.
say that better use of existing visa stamping. Okay, why to even spend a
Right.
$600 also? So what, a
Yeah.
600, $200 also per person. So if there are four people, so there are $800.
Right.
If there are 400 people, $400 for stamping. Why to even spend that?
Right. Yeah,
And
that's correct.
that is what my like suggestion.
Right. Right. That's I agree. I agree with that
Yeah.
opinion.
And anyhow, July, August, you never know if you're in, let's say, in a Mumbai area or maybe South Indian area. I mean, you're in South India. What happens with the flood and all the things are there? You won't be able to enjoy much also. In April, it's gonna be hot, but still it's better.
Right. Okay. Let's move on to the next topic that I had for today. The topic, I'm just posting it online.
And I always like, Anil, I like everyone say
Hmm.
that what gonna be the future, what they're gonna such like certain questions whenever someone asks me, I
Uh-huh.
say, okay, let me tell you. I ask the simple questions. Let's say today is a
Uh-huh.
Monday. Okay,
Uh-huh.
tell me what your wife or what you gonna cook or what you gonna do on the next Monday. Tell me. The person says, oh, I
Right.
don't know. I said, buddy, you don't know what you gonna cook in your own house. Okay, then tell me how how someone can tell you what is gonna happen after 4 months or 6 months.
Right. That's
And you are
correct.
not even you are own not decided that okay, after 2 days after maybe let's say Wednesday what you gonna cook for lunch or dinner at your home, and you're asking at some like okay, what is gonna happen? You never know. Like yeah, if you
Right.
want
So
to book
Bhagarwadi,
your
what's happening is that people are panic, and that's why these questions are coming. What's the future?
Yeah.
And so it's just wait and watch game. That's it. That's what we can
yeah
do. We can't do
yeah
anything out of our control.
yeah something is that these
Yeah.
all these policy rules or something which is not in your control, right? Which is not in your control. It's like the budget is,
Yeah.
you know, that budget will be declared on 1st February. So it's going to be 1st February only. You can 31st midnight, you cannot discuss. Maybe just for a sake of discussing, you can discuss with your friends while having a sutta and drink. You can do that. But what is going to get
Right.
open from the particular brown bag on the next day, only she is aware, or the finance minister is aware.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
And I
So,
think this is this also. the people, the attorneys basically are just sharing the videos saying that don't travel, or if
Yeah.
you have to go the visa stamp, don't go outside US. Because I think they are not wrong completely, but they're just trying to tell you that be very cautious because they also don't know what will happen. There is
They're
no
not
gap.
logical. They're not logic. See, I tell you the logic. I explained
Uh-huh.
you right in 2 minutes. Why? Because delays can happen, not because for, but like delays can happen for all these checkings also. So at least give
Right,
as an attorney, tell them that okay, this could be the reason that they may not have enough
right,
staff to profile check verification and all the things of your profile from US. Okay, in that case, that those things might get delayed. And because right
right,
now
right,
everybody's saying about good experiences, I believe the way we had all the delays last year and 2 years before when we had a lack of staff there in India. Okay,
right,
same gonna get delayed right now also, and then the timeline for even for Dropbox, I'm expecting it will go to 4 to 6 weeks. Right now it is a 2 to 3 weeks. I think by the
right,
June,
right.
July, it might go up to 6 or 7 weeks, I guess, or 8 weeks. That is what my assumption is right now.
Yeah, I think you have brought up a very valid point. I did not think from that point of view that because they are reducing the federal spending, so there will be less staff everywhere, and then things will get delayed. It will definitely get delayed because in normal scenario also they are very lethargic, and now they have a reason to do that. The same thing happened with USCIS in COVID. They just took that excuse for wasting the 80,000 green cards, saying that we had no staffing to do that, to process those many
Yeah,
visas,
yeah.
right? So they are going to come up with some excuses to extract money from the
Yeah,
president.
yeah, and these are all our prepaid services, so they don't
Yeah,
care about it. If you're into postpaid
exactly.
services kind of a thing, then yes, okay, okay, I have to fetch some money. Let me give you
Uh-huh.
service first. But these are
Right.
prepaid services. We have anyhow paid fees and all the
And
stuff.
they keep increasing fees. And why they don't increase resources, I don't know. Like they keep increasing fees only.
Yeah. And look at
Yeah.
the appointment booking website. It's complete crap website, you know. People are complaining about it every day and they don't even improve it. Uh, Nobody can do
Yeah.
anything about that. That's how the
Yeah.
situation in India is. I don't
Yeah.
know, but yeah.
It's a part and
And
parcel of life. Like, no one tells you, like, when you move to USA, let's say especially those education consultant, okay,
uh-huh,
which gives that, like, always a bright side of, which shows the bright side of the USA.
uh-huh.
Okay. Like all these people, they don't tell about all these things.
Right, right.
They'll
Nobody
never
tells you
tell.
all those
Yeah,
things.
nobody
Yeah.
tells about. Always is about your life, full life. Well, I mean, at least for
Yep.
But
Indian, it's like,
yeah, but Bhagravati, nowadays people have a lot of access for YouTube and everything. Imagine the thing before like 13 years back or even 10 years back. People don't have access and don't have knowledge of that.
yeah, still,
Consultants
even
in
in that
India.
case, also last year there were over 1 million visas were issued in India.
Yeah. The people, students still have that craze. They will choose definitely US, despite knowing all the problems with green card and H1Bs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
In fact,
yeah,
I think
like
last year they increased the number of Indian students by I think 35%. It was the highest in the history, I guess, if I'm not wrong. So they are
yeah,
conducting a lot of seminars. They are, the government, US government is paying influencers to promote education in US
Yes.
specifically. They don't tell them the truth. They just ask them to come here, spend money, study, and then get stuck in the H1B lottery. And then once
Yeah.
you win the lottery, they tell you that wow, you're the best and the brightest and the skilled labor, and then
yeah.
join
Indians,
the
because yeah, Indian students arriving through that route, they are actually golden egg giving hands, right?
right.
Because let's say many of them obviously will get married. They will find their true love here, the which they could never find it in like last 20 to 25 years in India,
Mhm.
but they'll find their true love here and they'll get married. But there will be still some. Like who will still go through going to India and get married and all the stuff, right? So those are like a target customer for you, like USCIS, right? Because they will be stuck up in a long H1B renewal and all the stuff. So all the lawyers and everybody they want it,
Right.
right? Because
Right.
every H1B family gives you like around what $4,000 to $5,000 of income to every attorney, every family, every three
Mm.
years.
Right. Not even 3 years. If you have to file the transfer or the amendment, you
Yeah,
pay
let's say
everyone.
yeah,
And
yeah, let's say on a positive side, it's a 3 years, let's say.
yeah, 3 years is mandatory, but
Hmm.
basically the cycle is probably every 2 years.
हाँ तो सोने के अंडे देने वाली
Right.
मुर्गी है तो
Practically.
इनको तो जितनी ऐसी
Exactly.
मुर्गी आएगी उतना अच्छा है ना.
Exactly. Exactly. So
इसलिए वो
the
एकदम
question, yeah, the question about issuing Form 221G, I saw this question on a lot of forums this week. People were asking that is US Embassy issuing Form 221G just to delay the visa stamping? So I don't know about it, whether they are doing it intentionally or not, but yes, I'm hearing about more Form 221Gs. So it is possible that what Bakarwadi is saying is correct, that due to the restrictions or the limitations or the reduction in the federal spending by the Trump government, they are trying to delay things so that they can get more time with limited number of people to process the same applications. I did not think about this or about this point of view, but I think Bakawadi is right. I agree with his opinion. I am hearing that more people are getting Form 221, Form 221Gs. So it is possible that you might get it, even though all your paperwork is fine. They might just send it to or give it to you, and you may have to wait for more time. If you're going to India, I would certainly say that plan for at least 2 months waiting time in India, even with
And
Dropbox.
and like see, I'll tell you, if your profile is genuine, you have not done anything wrong, then don't worry about all these things. Those are just the blockers for some time. Even if you get a 221G or anything, you will get your visa and you will be back to US soon. So that is it. If your profile is genuine. Before raising such questions, that will I get a 221G or not? Better you check yourself, better you ask your questions. Have I done anything wrong
Hmm.
while being in the US?
Right,
Okay. If yes, if your answers, if your heart says yes, okay, then there are chances that you will get a 221G. That's it. If you think so
right,
that you have not done anything wrong, you have followed every, like you can, and I would say this that okay, if your spouse knows everything about you, then you ask your spouse, have you done anything wrong? If not, then yes, go ahead and plan your travel to India. Stamping would get delay, or maybe most of the chances you'll get your because your profile is genuine, you'll get your visa immediately. Like immediately means whatever timeline it is there. Right. But if you think so that if your answer says yes, I have done something wrong, I maybe applied for multiple lotteries, or maybe I have faked my resume and all these and that, or maybe I did not follow the 60 days time period, or maybe I did not follow my amendment on time. I changed my address and my LC is not into like all the things. Something wrong has wrong has happened, then there could be a possibility that you will get a 221G. But in that case, you will know that why I'm getting my 221G. Yes, I'm not
right,
saying that in a
right,
genuine case you will not get your 221G and your stamping will be out of 10 cases, maybe one or two cases, as I said, that some verification pre-check is pending. Based on that, those delay could happen. But I'm sure out of 10 genuine cases, nine would go through. And out of
right,
10 cases where something wrong you have done, maybe one or two cases will go through, maybe, but in the remaining 7 or 8 cases, there would be chances that you will get a 221G. That's it. So understand that way. The
right.
person
The
who is
mo-
sitting there, he handles around at least 100 applications every day, or maybe more than that. So at least he
right,
knows what he's doing it.
right. So the most common case of Form 221G, in fact, I'm getting calls every day for this scenario. A lot of people miss filing the H4 extension by thinking that the H1B employer will file it. But usually, in many cases, the H1B employer doesn't file it because H4 is a personal application. H4 person is a dependent of the H1B. The company, the employer is only responsible for the H1B filing, not for H4. So H4 has to be maintained by you, and you have to file the extension if the I-94 is expiring. If you have not filed the extension and you have overstayed it, it is considered unlawful presence in the US. And if there are a couple of scenarios here that I suggest people that if you have spent less than 180 days, then there is a very high chance that if you file the extension using NPT, which is called non-pro-tunc, which means that you are requesting USCIS to pardon your unlawful presence in the US and request them to give the I-94 from the back date. You can file it yourself or you can take the help of an attorney. If you're not comfortable, I would suggest that go with an attorney that you're because they know a lot about these kind of situations. File the extension and wait for the result. But if you have already spent 180 days in the US without filing the extension, and your I-94 was expired more than 180 days ago, but less than 365 days or whatever, there is a very high chance that the NPT will be denied. So in those cases, what I've seen people doing is they go outside US to their home country preferably and apply for visa stamp there. In 99% of the cases, they approve the visa. They also give you the waiver of your lawful presence, and then you can come back. But if you have spent more than 180 days, there are very high chances that they will give you Form 221G. They will try to validate all your records. It takes about 1 to 2 months, sometimes more, but then ultimately you do get the H4 visa. So there is nothing to worry about it. But if you are going for the visa stamp, I would suggest that plan for the longer stay in India with Form 221G. But don't panic. It's normal. It happens with a lot of H4 people, and they all get back. No need to worry about it. Any other example that you guys have heard and you want to share it, Bakarwadi or Jayesh? Any other type of Form 221G?
No, that is it. And as I said that, always check your own profile, answer question
Right.
your own
Yeah.
self. That if something has been done. But otherwise, I can tell you, first of all, why and how you are about this earlier. You said H4,
Uh-huh.
H4 filing H4 dependent extension or not. First of all, my question would be to those people. Would you like why and how are you in how you have how on what status you are in the US? So the question would be the answer would be the visa. You are here on the visa, right? Then how can someone forget about extending the visa?
That's
That is
right.
the biggest crime. And now, second question, where is your visa connected? So visa is connected to the passport. So again, my question is that how can someone forget even to renew the passport also? I have seen some people that okay, they forgot to renew the password, they never check and all the stuff. Come on, man, you have
Right.
all the technologies. You're working, most of them us are working in a technological sector. At least simple, you can ask Alexa or Siri to set up a reminder, maybe
Right.
1 year down the
So
line or 2 year down the line.
yeah. So what I have seen with my communication with a lot of people on visa is that the most common problem happens is when their passport is expiring earlier than their H4 or H1B visa. So let's say that the H4 visa or stamp is expiring on 31st of December 25, but their passport is expiring in April 2025 and they travel somewhere outside US and come back. What happens is the CBP officer usually reduces the I-94 length to the passport expiry date, which is April. But they assume automatically that since the visa was valid till December, so they have a legal stay up to December, but that's not the rule. The rule says that once you have entered the US, your I-94 governs your legal stay, not the visa stamp. That's what creates the what do you say? I am not getting the word correctly, but yeah, discrepancy. So always keep checking your I-94. These days they don't give you the paper I-94 if you come through the airport. So you may not even, if you don't check your I-94 after entry to the US, then you may be actually not knowing the exact date of your stay that they have allowed. It's very important to keep checking the I-94 date and apply H4 extension. You can apply H4 extension yourself without the help of attorney and without the help of your employer also. That's doable, that's very easy. So never make that mistake of overstaying the I-94 date.
And it's cheaper also.
Yes, if you apply yourself, then yeah, of course it's cheaper.
Like obviously no one will give you a discount in a fees, but at least you can avoid the attorney fees.
Right,
Yeah. So yeah,
right.
that is a
And
disclaimer.
Anil, I wanna add something in that one as well. For
Uh-huh.
I-94, for I-94, I think I have seen on the website where,
Uh-huh.
for example, you want to uh, you want to update I-94. You can do that online without visiting CBP or without sending an email to them, because it happened to be once that the date was not matching to my
Mm-hmm.
I-94. Right? I had a shorter period was allowed it on that I-94. So I have to
Mm-hmm.
go through like CBP website, and somebody provided me the email IDs and everything. Then I contacted CBP office, the port of entry, etc., etc. But I
Mm-hmm.
think that is now possible online right now on the I-94 website.
Yeah, so what happens is they don't do it in every case. If they think that the problem happened because of their mistake and they should have given the correct date, or if they have entered wrong name on the I-94, some kind of data error. If they think
Exactly.
that if they think that it's a data error, then they do it through that process. If you are actually asking for an extension of the I-94, which most H4 guys want to get the EAD auto extension, they don't do it. They will simply ask you to file the extension with USCIS using the form I-539 or go out of US and come back to get the extended I-94. You understand? They only fix the problems at CBP local office or the office they have at the international airports in your city, but they don't really extend the I-94 unless it's a mistake from their side.
Yes, and I was talking about that only. If there's a
Right,
mistake, then instead of visiting now, you can do rectify that mistake online. That you can provide them documents. If you go to I-94 website, i94.cbb.dhs.gov, you will see
hmm
new section has been added or something. Because if there is some error in your dates, you can request them online on that website itself, and provided you have to give them additional proofs.
right, right. Yeah, that's correct. Correction can be done that way. It depends on the local CBP office as well. Not necessarily everyone will allow you to do it online.
There is an apply now. There is an apply now, and
Yeah,
once like it is there, out of 10 times, if there is a mistake, they will fix it in a 7 to 10
right,
days. If not, then they will ask you to book an appointment to the nearest CBP office,
hmm
let's say airport or something, and then they can
right,
correct it.
right, right.
Yeah.
Like
That's
that is it.
right. Okay, Satya Prakash is asking, do I need to take authorization letter signed by my wife in case I'm submitting H4 docs for Dropbox? Yes, I would strongly suggest to take that. Okay, there was one question on Twitter chat. Yes, here it is. Bara Singh is asking by updates regarding the court cases against the birthright citizenship. We have passed the 2 weeks after the court order was passed, which, oh, 14 days time. I have not heard anything about it. I did not even really look into the news. Has anybody heard about it? I don't know what happened after the 14 day. timer has
I,
expired. Is
I think there was some preliminary injunction or something, right? I mean, I'm not sure. I'm also not following.
There was an injunction, and then they asked the government to reply. The government is not in the mood to reply, I guess.
yeah, but that was the first one, right? With the judge said that I'm stopping it for 14 days, right? After
Yes,
that,
they
has any other court given such order?
no one has given such orders. But normally, what happens is like they give government a chance to basically
Right.
have the say why they have done it, what do they think about
Uh-huh.
it. But government is still to respond on that.
Okay.
So once they
So,
respond, then most probably they will he will line up for a detailed hearing or argument. So it's a long process, but the first process will be whether to basically have a stay on the order or not. That will be decided, and then the judge will say, okay, once the stay is there, then we will hear it in length, in detail,
uh-huh.
and maybe after 2 years you will get a decision on this. If the decision is
Right.
basically, yeah, against or pro, whatever it is, both the parties have the right to go to a maybe a constitutional bench. They have, what do they call, I don't know here. Many judges sit and decide the case. So
Right. Right.
so it's a long process. It won't happen right now. But what can happen as early as possible is they will have a stay on the order. So they will
Right.
say
Until
Right.
the
that,
So,
decision is made, right?
sorry?
Until the decision is made, there will be stay, and children who will born, they will be citizen, I believe.
Yes, stay means that order does not hold.
No, if there is a stay, then the old rule applies.
Yeah, so the order, government order does not stay. What we call the GR, government rule does not apply. His executive order won't
right.
apply.
So
Right.
old
So,
rule remains the same until and unless there is a hearing happens. Old rule does not apply.
Yeah,
Okay,
old rule.
and in
Okay.
this
See,
and this case can this kind of a rule cannot go retrospective. Okay, because you cannot take away the citizenship, right? Or
okay.
maybe
no, no,
there comes something come
no
up. I
one
don't
is.
know.
No one is
Okay,
going
no one was.
retrospective. No one is going retrospective here. Like
No, like
no one is.
let's say this rule this one gets approved through court, and let's say maybe after 6 months or 1 year. Okay, in
Mm-hmm.
that case, the retrospective date of like 19th February or something, whatever date is there, it will not get implemented. And then on that particular day, the court will decide that by this date, this rule will be implemented. That's it.
No, no. The if the rule goes through, then the court would say that whatever is the order of the date, that will apply. So it will be like 20th Feb or whatever it is. If the rule does not go through, then they have a chance to go to the appellate authority, where it will be again, debated on the merits, and most probably it will be struck down by the Supreme Court. What do they call the federal court here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that.
So Barasingha's question was primarily aimed at what happened to the 14-day timeline, the 14-day stay order. So what we are saying is that it has been extended, right?
No,
Because
no,
the government has not responded.
still it is, yeah. Government is like
Active.
government officials say that who signed the executive order? President. So, okay, president will reply. We will not reply. We did not do that. He will reply.
Yep.
And
He is the
President,
government.
he
President,
has already started going back on several of his orders, right? The tariff
Yeah,
order, they made so
yeah,
many news.
and
yeah. He said, I have
President will
further more
reply.
executive order to sign, and you guys are taking me back. I don't want to go back. Hold on.
That's what he will say. I'm busy signing more presidential orders now, executive orders.
Yeah. Yes. That's- All right,
Yeah.
that is it. Yeah, let's see. Let's
Okay.
see.
Yeah. Okay. That's it from the immigration side. I don't have any other
But yeah, I
questions.
would suggest
I
everybody
have one
that
question
okay, in
actually. I have one
whatever
question.
rule it could be, but okay, but that doesn't mean that
Uh-huh.
whatever things you're gonna do, like stop doing that. Okay, don't worry about all these things. Okay, don't worry
Yeah.
all these things. Yeah, Your
Don't
mental and
plan your
physical,
family
yeah,
according to
your
the.
mental and physical wellness is still important, okay, for yourself
Mm,
and for your family. So don't
right,
divert those decisions.
right, right. Yeah, you had some question. Like somebody
Yeah,
was
yeah. I have
speaking.
one question.
Yeah,
I
Mayur.
have. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
Mayur.
wanted to ask, like, if they cancel the EAD, will they give
Mhm.
me a notification, sort of? Like, will they notify me?
Who told you they're going to
Wow.
cancel EAD? Those are just
Yeah.
buzz.
No, like I
Who?
continue working, right? I
No,
don't
no, no.
know.
Who? No, no. That's a, who told you? See, that EAD is gonna get canceled. Those are just some
No,
buzz.
no, 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 no. It's not. It's nothing to do with H4 EAD. Okay, it is to do with a very particular case where they
Hmm.
tell that okay, you have got a EAD till let us say October. Okay,
But on
and
what
then
basis you got? You got? Did you get it on some
yeah,
like U visa or
yeah,
some
yeah. So
asylum
no,
visa?
no, no. My case is very special. I don't know. It's very special for
No, no, no,
IT.
no. See, nobody is a you are not the only one who will get a unique kind of a EAD. There will be hundreds of thousands of because there are like,
Let me complete. So I
mhm,
have a J2 visa, like
yeah,
Hmm.
so that is like I get a EAD,
yeah.
but my spouse is going to convert from research to clinical. Okay,
Hmm.
so it's not a change of visa; it's a change of category.
Hmm.
Okay, so now I want to know whether they will terminate my EAD. Will they give me a notification before terminating it?
Okay. Okay, so you
Because
know
it's
that
not a change of
J
visa; it's
visa,
a
got it. J visa
yeah.
is again employer specific or university specific, correct? So
Yeah.
are you saying that you are changing your is your spouse changing the university?
No, most probably no.
I don't know what. Either
So
either
what?
that can be yes or either answer can be yes or either answer can be no. You cannot be half pregnant. Listen, answer can be either you're pregnant or either you're not pregnant. So same way,
So the answer is
most
no.
probably no. Okay, that means your employer,
Yes.
your spouse, employer, and everything gonna be remain same. Okay, so most probably it will. Okay, now other question. Is the visa category gonna be the same? So is your spouse gonna remain
Right.
on J1,
Yeah,
J
visa
category?
category is same. Yes. That's why
Okay,
the question
then
arises.
there is no change. Understand? Then
Right.
there is no change.
Yeah. That's what I was about to ask. If the
Yes.
visa that you use to get the EAD is not changing, then there's no issue. They don't usually cancel the EAD, right? For
Okay, let us
H4EAD.
say, yeah, let us
So
say
to give you
my
an
spouse.
example, I'll give you an example of H4 visa. When somebody is on H4 visa, they apply for H4 EAD and they get it, right? But let's say
Yes.
tomorrow they change H4 visa to H1B, which is change of status, right? The EAD doesn't get cancelled or they don't tell you that, okay, EAD is
Okay.
No,
cancelled, right?
In H4 that's a
But yeah,
slightly different, Anil.
wait,
Because
yeah, just
H yeah.
yeah, just one line, one more line. So in that case, you cannot use the H4 EAD to work because you've changed your status from H4 to H1, right? So do you have similar kind of situation with J visa that you're trying to do, or what exactly is it? What is changing?
Not see, only the category of visa is changing. So it's
Like
going
which
from
category?
research. It's going from
What
research
is
to
the
clinical.
category of a visa?
Yeah, is
It's
it?
Yeah.
gonna
So
remain J1, right?
yes, but the no
Okay,
visa has a
in that one
category.
there's a subcategory gonna get changed, right?
Yes, subcategory going to get changed.
Subcategory. So unlike I'll tell you, unlike L visa, okay, where L1A and L2A, L1 and L1B is issued. J category for research and for these what you call the other one other category, they are not
Clinical,
issuing a different category,
clinical,
clinical, okay?
clinical.
Because in that category, I think both of you, both in both the correct criteria, okay, the visa category is considered as a J only.
Okay, so basically either I get this visa or that visa, it's going to be J1. So
Yeah, because you don't have a J1A or J1B,
yeah, yeah, yes,
correct? In L category, there is a specification L1 or L1A or L2A or L1A or L1B, whatever. Okay. Ah, in that case, also the L, because since there are subcategory of a L visa, currently the spouse is getting a EAD.
Yes.
Okay. So that in your category that gonna remain the same. However,
Okay.
since your spouse is moving to another category, obviously in that case, maybe 2 months down the line, 6 months down the line, I believe your employer is a cap absent. Okay, that means it's a non-profit organization, so they will be applying for H visa. Correct. In that case, if your spouse does not have a I-140 approved by the time, you won't be able to work out after that once H1B is approved.
No, no, she won't get H1B because वो उनका पूरा India doesn't give her NOC, so she won't get a.
Okay, so
Okay.
then it's a, yeah, then it's a separate category. If you're into like क्या बोले at atomic या कुछ, those are the certain categories on which you got to transfer here and you're learning something, maybe some science है, ऐसा कुछ field है,
No,
ऐसा
no,
कुछ,
no,
I got it.
physician,
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 okay, okay. And
physician
if
वाले को
NOC
नहीं
is not
मिलता.
given, if NOC is not given, in that case, yeah, then yeah, after maybe what 4 or 5 years, I guess. How many? 5 years is get
9 years. Total for
nine,
physicians, it's 7 years. After seven
7 years.
years, they might think of settling in this country.
Okay.
Before that, they cannot think also.
Okay. Okay. And your spouse is a doctor, physician?
Yeah, yeah, she's a physician from India, so that's why India
Okay.
doesn't give
And does she
NOCs
have
to
her
physicians.
own publications, some research documentations? Does she publish such
Yeah,
same
yeah,
things?
yeah. She has that. She because
Okay,
she
in
was
that
working
case,
in
yeah.
India also,
Okay, in
so
that
she
case,
has.
request work with Google something. Go back when you have a time. Go for I-140 EB1. Okay, NIW. Okay, where some PhD candidates, doctorate with some publications, they get I-140 approval. Okay, which is EB1 category. Currently, it is a 22-year is pending. So maybe 2, 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line, you might get your green card. So in that case, you don't need a NOC also from Indian employer.
Okay.
Just a
Yeah, I
suggestion
get it.
outside of all this
Yeah, yeah, but there is a caveat
unwanted
to it.
advice I'm giving you.
Yeah, yeah, but I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just to add to it, actually ये लोग भी है ना physicians, they don't give it to physicians unless they serve a waiver
No,
job.
why they don't give it to physician? Who gave you that? I know like at least 10 to 15 physicians from Pakistan they moved to US last year on this
No,
category.
the thing is, if see, India doesn't give NOC, so she cannot get her H1, right? She has
I
to do her
okay,
clinical RG.
let's say I got it, I got it. Let's say you get a Canadian PR. Will your employer from India or will the company from India, hospital from India will stop you to move to Canada?
Sorry, can you
You
come
get
again?
you get your Canadian PR on your own.
Okay.
Okay. Will they stop you to move to Canada?
Yeah, yeah. They see because this NOC is come only from the US immigration. Canada does not require you to give NOC. Okay, ये US
No,
वालों
no,
ने
no.
ही
Oh,
clause डाला है.
that way, those waivers can be filed.
हाँ,
Those waiver can be filed and those waiver can get approval. There are hundreds of similar cases, okay? The people coming from the Gulf countries, okay? They come here and the very 2, 3 months they file such waivers. So that
okay,
they don't have to go back to India or the home country, stay there for 2 years, okay, and come back.
yeah, I got it.
Was it your question about the waiver, something which you were asking it?
Yeah, yeah. Like the waiver only, I was going to that only the waiver thing
Yeah.
to
Okay,
that. So
okay,
now I
okay.
got an idea
Okay,
from.
then I tell you, green card application supersedes that waiver.
Okay, it will.
Yeah. That is what my assumption is. You can still Google it. I might be wrong or right. Again, we are not a legal advisor. Okay, we always say the
Yeah,
disclaimer.
yeah, I can understand
Okay,
that.
yeah, because you're
Yeah.
not paying me fees for all these suggestions. Okay, so you cannot come back to me that buddy, you gave me all these things. Okay, when you give me the fees, then I'll give you exact advices. Okay, but this is just a
Yeah.
bird view of certain advices.
No,
Yeah. Even
I
if,
just say,
even if, even if you pay the fees, he's not an attorney. Okay. So
yeah,
that will
yeah,
still be
no.
the friendly advice.
I can get some Venmo, all these things. I can get some, yeah,
okay,
whatever.
yeah,
So that
yeah, it
those
was,
are options. Just Google
yeah,
it, okay, okay, and
yeah,
see
it was,
that NIW for EB1. Okay, it might get stopped in some time. Okay, because
yeah, Trump
some
might
few
stop it.
countries or people only using it so much. Okay, so obviously, but this Trump government will check on that. But whatever things, but these are the
Okay,
options. So you will, as I said, the green that one is not offered by any US employer or anywhere. Okay, so waiver condition will not come there in that case. I might
okay.
be wrong, but as I said that, but check it
No,
out.
no, you gave me an idea, so I'll go and read about the waiver things. If that can give me.
Great. Great.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
very
You're
much.
welcome, Mayur.
Yeah.
Hey, I had a question. Sorry, is somebody there
Yeah.
already in the line? Anil?
Yeah. We are all here.
Oh no, I thought I there's someone in front of me. Uh, so I had a very
Oh.
different question actually, Anil. Very different than the visas and all. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So last time when we came online, we were discussing about some investments, right?
Yeah.
I think Bhakarwadi or Jayesh, I think, had suggested never invest in India, right? So but I wanted to ask you a question like, how do we bring money back to the US or bring the, like, if I have, say, 15,000 or $20,000 that I want to bring back to the US, what is the best legal way to do it?
Legal ways
Oh,
they have added it right now a tax to it. Like if you transfer some more than 20 lakhs or something, they have
7
added a
lakhs.
levy. Yeah, they have levied a
Uh,
tax.
no, no, I'll tell
Pay
you
the
what is the
tax.
best way. What is the best
Yeah,
way? Okay,
yeah.
check with your where is the fund line? Do you have NRE NRO account?
Yes.
Where is the fund line? In NRE or NRO?
No, so let me go back one step. So the funds are actually lying in a set of mutual funds.
Okay.
So I have to break those mutual funds, and then the money will be transferred to the,
Okay.
I believe, the NRE account, right?
Okay. So first of all, I was not the one who told that not to invest in India. I will like it's my home country. Obviously, I would like whatever money I can spend it and like I would do that. Okay. But respective, like it depends upon how you want. But that's another. Okay. So yes. So do one thing. So there are two things. Okay. If that money has been invested in your NRE capacity, okay, if the
Okay.
money which you invested in mutual fund were into your NRE capacity, so you can get those funds, okay, when you encash them, okay, which will come to your NRE account.
Okay.
If you invested through your regular Indian savings or through some different like earlier non NRE account, so obviously
Hmm.
that fund you can deposit check into your NRO account.
Okay.
Okay. Once you get all your proceedings, which is credited to your NRO account,
Hmm.
okay, then when you go to India, okay, I would suggest you when you go to India, not by doing by phone or also when you go to India, consult any chartered accountant, okay, ask them that you want to repatriate these funds from NRO to USA. So
Okay.
what he will do, he will he will file the taxes, he will do all the tax treatments, whatever that person needs to do, chartered accountant, okay, whatever
Okay.
taxes you need to file, okay, because based on the long-term gain, short-term gain, and all the things, that person will calculate.
Okay.
Okay, so for example, if you're not if you're planning to go to India this year, then you go start cashing this year. If you want to go to next year, then you do that by the next year. Okay, so
Okay.
that you get a benefit of long-term capital gain. Okay, for certain
Okay.
mutual. Once it is then I think the chartered accountant will sign a form 15 CACB. It's an online form. Okay, which
Okay.
confirms that tax treatments on all these funds have been done successfully. Okay, once this is certified, you can go to the bank. So bank will transfer that funds from NRO to NRE.
Okay.
Okay. Now, once your account that money is in NRE account, you can repatriate, and there is no tax. As far as I know, there is no tax or TDS deducted on those NRE funds which we repatriate from. I might be wrong, but someone can check it out. NRE to your US account, that there is no TDS deduct. There is no TDS, right?
Okay. So from NRE to my US bank account, it will just be transferred, right?
Yeah, you can just
With no
initiate your
tax.
bank. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
you can tell your bank. But that is what I can Google it right now. Okay, that maybe we can check.
Okay, does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. It does. Bhakarwadi, I can check it on
Yeah,
Google, but
there is.
I
I
got
just
an
Google it
idea.
right now. There is generally no TDS at when transferring funds from a NRE account to US dollar.
Okay.
Okay, because that's repatriable, but that is it.
Okay. So
Okay,
what you're
and there is a
suggesting is,
15 CA CB. There is
yeah.
for the CA CB form. Okay, there is, I think it is called CA. Okay, and form 15 CA and form 15 CB are the tax document used when sending money abroad. Okay, 15 CA is a declaration you file online about the payment, while CB is a certificate from the chartered CB. You need to get it. This helping the
Okay.
government to track the foreign funds and ensure the proper taxes have been paid.
Okay.
Does I hope
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah, and you suggest this is the only way to do it legally, right? There is no other way to do it.
When this space is being recorded, okay, when there
No,
are so
no.
many people to
No, I
hear
said
it.
legally. Bhakarwadi, I said legally.
No, no, there
Any
are
other
legally way
option for
also.
legally?
No, no, there are legally ways also. Understand? There are some other legal ways
Okay.
also,
Okay.
but I don't want to tell them.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
I'm
Got
not
it.
talking about wrong ways. I do not know all this. I do not know what is illegal. I have never learned it. Sorry about that. My vocabulary is so bad. Okay, but there are some legal ways also, other ways also.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
so
Yeah. That answers my question, Anil. Thank you.
how many family members you are?
Four.
Okay, so four of you travel to India.
Yes.
Okay, so you have your answer.
Got it.
Okay, money on YouTube is suggesting that he did 45 lakh repatriation recently from ICICI NRO account to his US account. Each transaction max is 25K. Each
And how
time
much
you need to
TDS?
send,
And how much TDS did he pay?
he did not mention about TDS,
Yeah,
but
ask
I
him.
think
Yeah, ask him the
it's
TDS. Yeah,
20,
because yeah,
it should be
so that is a
20%.
reason. That is the reason that
Got
you
it. Got it.
NRO to okay. First of all, NRO to USD repatriation is not at all available as far as I know. Like NRO to you cannot repatriate money. NRO funds are never repatriable.
But why
That
can't
one.
you bring that money?
That is what I'm saying. That because that money is earned in India. Like also you have to do some tax treatments on that.
Yes, so if you pay the 20% TDS, you should be able to bring it, isn't it? It's your money at the end of the day. If you pay the tax in India and then bring it here. So, for example, students who are studying in Canada or US, they do get money, right?
Yeah, so my bad. Yeah, NRO nowadays, earlier it was not allowed, but nowadays I think it is
Okay.
allowed. But as I said, there is
Okay.
a TDS. But again, why would you, if this is your own money, why you want to pay TDS instead of the pay the income tax, whatever is you need to pay?
So, so how that TDS works is you pay 20% as advance tax, and if your total income is not beyond that tax amount, basically, if that tax is not applicable to you, then you get refund from the government by filing income tax return at the end of the year. That's how it
Yeah,
works.
that is, but like, see, again, see,
Uh-huh.
let's say 45 lakhs rupees, or maybe let's say 15 lakhs rupees, whatever the earlier question was there, okay, 15 lakhs
Uh-huh.
rupees. Now,
Uh-huh.
let's say that person said that he invested that money into the mutual fund.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So obviously he would not invested 15 lakhs, he would have invested 5 lakhs. Okay. 5 lakhs would have become 15 lakhs, or maybe 10 lakhs would have become 15 lakhs XYZ. So
Mhm.
income is only 5 lakhs. Growth is only 5 lakhs. So in 5 lakhs only, there's a long-term capital gain or something. And right now, let's say current
Uh-huh.
income tax limit is let's say 12 lakhs rupees. So technically,
Uh-huh.
there is no tax on that.
No, no, the year that you make the transaction is counted as the year, right? When you actually realize the
Yeah,
transaction,
but yeah,
then the
again,
profit and loss
yeah,
is calculated.
correct, correct. Now let's say capital gain. Let's say if it's a 5 year before the person made that investment, and at that
Uh-huh.
time person was in India, a USA.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
so at that time, obviously that fund would have been like a traces and other thing would be considered. Let's say this fund have been received from US to India, right? That means
Uh-huh.
there's a person has already paid a tax in US.
Right.
Correct. So that is a tax treatment for that. So that is what the CACB form is all about. That is what the traces of the fund, okay, and the tax treatment of the particular fund have been done
Right.
with the due diligence. That means this fund is good to repatriate now.
Right, right. So what Money is saying is that he transferred a good amount of money, and each time he was required to submit the document backing how that money legally came to an NRO account.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is it
And
now.
in
So
his
there's
case, yeah,
yeah,
one more thing. In his case, he submitted ICICI life insurance policy upon maturity after 9 years. And
yeah,
he submitted the policy closure documents, and then there was no TDS charged.
correct.
And
No,
Arun
but again,
Kumar
that
is
would be
saying,
NRE. So TDS is not, that means that amount should. That means that amount would have come from the NRE account or the CACB would have been signed. Based on that, the fund would have been transferred.
yeah, yeah, that's true. He mentioned NRO account, so maybe he
Yeah, and
signed those
NRO, so
documents.
maybe he did not transfer from NRO to NRE, but from NRO with the CB form, CACB form, okay,
Right.
that would have been done. So either way, that is fine. But as I said that, if you want that no taxes to be due, because the taxes is huge. TDS is huge right now.
Yeah, it's 20%. They just increased the limit, I think, from 7 lakhs to 10 lakhs. If you are transferring, I
Yes.
think, less than 10
Even the
lakhs, you don't
parents,
need.
even the parents, someone is traveling also,
Mhm,
and they're buying it also for let's say 10 lakhs rupees of 15 lakhs rupees of dollar, for example, there's a tax on 5
mhm.
lakhs rupees additional.
Right. And Arun Kumar is saying NRIs can bring 1 million per year from NRO. You mean 1 million Indian rupees or $1 million?
$1 million.
Okay. From
Yeah,
NRO
that's a
account,
lot. Yeah,
1
that's a lot.
million
Yeah.
is a lot of money.
So
It's
you're
in
saying that
crore.
there is no TDS on that 1 million? I'm confused. No TDS.
No, no,
There
no. Again,
should be.
see, you're not,
There
again,
should.
you are not understanding the thing. When you do the tax treatment, the time you're already paying, there, it is hardly there would be any chances that you won't have to pay any taxes. There would be some tax treatment, some taxes would come here or that way. For example, let's say you sold a property, okay, and you received let's say 80 lakhs rupees, which is
Mm-hmm.
let's say 1 million,
Yeah,
right? Let's say 1 million is also 8 crore, let's say, for example. Let's say
yeah,
we
yeah.
receive $100,000.
Right,
Okay,
right.
so your CA will do that. Okay, what is inflation and but what time did you buy it, and what is the current rate and all these things. Based on that, you have to क्या बोलते जंतरी बोलते हैं ना क्या बोलते हैं इंडिया में कुछ
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Based on that, you pay the taxes. Once the tax statement is done, that okay, this fund, and then based on that, the bank will transfer your funds from NRO to
Yeah, so
NRE.
once I pay the tax, then that money is free to be transferred here, right? Then I don't have
Yeah,
any TDS or any.
no, हाँ, उसके बाद कुछ TDS नहीं. There is no
Ha,
TDS
that's
after
what
that.
I. Okay, so then that
Yeah,
limit is $1 million. That's what we are talking about, right?
yeah.
Okay.
But then, do you have to pay the tax in US if you are a US resident for tax purposes? Will they
No,
also ask?
so that is a one more thing. So there is a catch here, okay?
Uh-huh.
Because that income, because see, you're here in the US, you're already declaring that you have investment of for XYZ in India,
Right.
okay? And suddenly, let's say if you sell it and you encase it also, so you have to also so provide that that investment is gone and now it is in a bank account.
Hmm.
So all the things you have to always declare it everywhere.
Okay. But let's say that your parents are transferring it to you for your gift
Again,
or something like.
about 10 lakhs rupees. There's a TDS
Okay, up to
Yeah.
10 lakhs, it's without TDS
per year per PAN card.
per year. And that year is the Indian financial
Indian
year or
financial
US?
year. Indian
Yeah.
Okay.
financial year.
First year. And I think till today, I think the
It is a
limit is
TDS,
7
tax
lakhs.
deducted at source. So the source country, source is Indian rupees and source country is India. So it is Indian rule.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
you're
the
saying 10
limit,
lakhs per person per year. That's what you per PAN card you
Yeah.
said. That's a very clean answer actually. Yeah, per PAN
Yeah.
card. Okay.
so it's, I think 10 lakh is going to be the limit from 1st April this year. Till then, it's 7 lakhs, I think. Right? In
I mean,
this,
that is what I'm saying. I was worried about this 7 lakhs rupees only because I never need to get the funds.
yeah,
If
as per my information, the limit today is 7 lakhs for bypassing the 20% TDS. If you're transferring up to 7 lakhs, but from 1st April onwards, it will be 10 lakhs. They increased it in budget 2 days ago. This limit, 20% TDS limit for foreign
Okay, but
remittances.
that is applicable from 1st of April, right? Or from
I
today?
think 10 lakhs, no, from 1st April, because it was
1st
in the
of April.
budget. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and and it is an earlier question. It is not a 1 million. It is up to $250,000 per financial year. Transfer your money internationally as a resident Indian. Okay,
Mhm.
that's so that is for resident Indian. Sorry, my bad. That's a separate question. Yeah.
For US resident, is it like $1 million?
Yeah, for non-resident, it is a $1 million
Okay.
Wow, that's a
without
lot of
paying any
money.
taxes from India.
Got it.
But then,
Thank you.
But
yeah.
my question was here.
Mhm.
It's only possible, for example, to transfer funds from India to USA. It's only possible through NRO, right? Not through NRE.
And no, now I just checked. It is also possible from NRO. Earlier, it was only possible from NRE.
No, no. NRE, how you can deposit Indian money in NRE account from India,
No,
No,
you cannot. You cannot.
so no. I'll tell you. Okay.
or you
With
can
the form
convert.
CACB, once a bank has a form CACB, okay, for that much amount can be moved from NRO to NRE. You didn't get my
Okay.
question answer on that. Form CACB, which tells that up to for XYZ amount tax treatment has been done. Person is not liable to pay the tax. Okay, so that amount can be transferred. So bank needs a form CACB.
Okay.
But why
Yes.
would
Okay.
you do
Then,
that? Why would you transfer from NRO to NRE? Is there any
Yeah,
specific
because
use case?
yeah, I tell you. Let's say you have 50 lakhs rupees in your NRE account, NRO account.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay, and let's say current interest rate in the bank account is 4%.
Uh-huh.
Let's say okay, so 50 lakhs multiply like for a full percentage is was like around 2 lakh rupees interest per annum.
Uh-huh.
Let's say TDS is 30%. So
Uh-huh.
NRO, whenever you get an interest, irrespective of a tax slab, okay, you will get a TDS. Got it?
Right.
Got it? Now,
Uh-huh.
once you pay the all the required taxes, so when you transfer funds from NRO to NRE, so all your this 4% interest, whatever you get, it's a tax free in India.
But as far as I know, they don't allow you to deposit rupee. It is always the foreign currency that is
No,
allowed to
you
be
don't.
deposited.
See, you are not doing it. That is a bank doing it based on the form C15 CACB. You are not
Uh-huh.
doing it.
Okay. Interesting. I've never heard about this before.
Yeah, you Google it right now for form 15 CACB in India.
But that's
Google it
fine.
right now.
If you
so
have done it, then yeah, maybe it's possible. I never thought about it that it can be done. Or why would I do it specifically? I
so
never thought about that.
Bakravadi, in that case, that will be rupees, right? For example, you want to transfer from NRE to our US bank account. So
Yes.
there in India, it will be USD sitting on that NRE.
No. In NRE,
It will be rupees.
NRE will be rupees unless you make a FCNR. That is foreign convertible, foreign currency FD something.
Yeah.
So let's say if you have a 50 lakhs rupees and if you don't want to, you think that, okay, there is a devaluation happening for Indian rupees on regular basis. Okay, so I don't want to put it into Indian rupees. I want to put my FD into US dollar. So you ask the bank. So instead of rupees, they will convert that amount into the dollar, and you will get a US dollar FD with whatever 4-5% interest or XYZ it is going giving you. And US dollar will not
Um,
give you 7-8% interest.
okay. No, I want to transfer those funds back into my US account. Is that
Also do it
possible?
now. Who is stopping you?
Okay.
NRE fund is always repatriable.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Thank you.
again, this is as on today. Tomorrow, if something changes, I don't know. But
Yeah.
as on
Uh,
today, yesterday, yes, this is being done.
That's good information. Okay, I don't
Yeah,
have
Google
any
it
other
right now. Right,
questions.
right now, someone can Google it, 15 CSCB. I mean, I know about it. So
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we can discuss it maybe in future sessions, but I've never heard anyone transferring money from NRO to NRE. In fact, when I opened the ICICI NRE account, they categorically told me that you can only deposit it through the foreign currency. You cannot deposit it through Indian currency. So I was not aware of this CACB form.
now you would have your relationship manager or maybe someone would be there, right? So ask them
Mhm.
that what is the process to gain 15 CSCB so that I can transfer a fund. Maybe you can just ask, how
Right,
can I transfer my funds from NRO to NRE? If that person doesn't know, then ask them what is a 15 CSCB.
right. Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
he'll guide
yeah,
you.
right. So that's it from my side. I don't have any other topic to discuss today. Do we have any other questions anywhere or anybody wants to speak about it? I guess there is none.
I'll send you maybe Anil. I'll send you one form,
Mm-hmm.
like I'll one
yeah.
documentation.
Yeah, I have that one also because recently I was in a situation where I had to transfer money from HDFC NRE to my US bank account, and I made some inquiries. And Bakar, you're saying that's right, 15 CACB.
Right.
They asked us, they mentioned exclusively that that's a tedious process. Keep the money in Indian bank,
No, no. Why it is a
don't
tedious
convert or something.
process? Why it is a tedious process? Because they are not doing it locally. Once you submit it, that goes
Hmm.
to the central offices and they have to get it done. Okay, so
Yeah,
that is
but
it.
that's
But
doable.
but yeah, no, no,
Yeah,
yeah. But why would you like, for that tedious process? Okay, why would you pay additional taxes or additional charges?
yeah.
Yeah, they don't like, they don't. They when they want the funds, okay, they'll all keep on bugging you that, okay, sir, can you transfer $100,000? Can you transfer $50,000? This and that for so and so, or all these things. At that time, they don't feel it tedious.
Yeah, that's
Right.
right.
Correctly. When you go to the bank, okay, they'll keep on giving you, sir, you would have gone there for 10 minutes, but the moment they realize, okay, this is NRI, then they'll keep you locked up in the bank for like couple of hours. At that time, they don't feel it tedious.
Yeah.
And everybody would have felt that way, right or no?
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but that's good
And
information.
but
Something
I
new to
tell you,
know today.
Jayesh, I'll tell you, like, okay, not many would have been aware also about all this. That's why. That's why they said it's TDS because सीखना नहीं है ना
Yeah,
किसी को.
in fact, I didn't knew. To be very frank, I didn't knew that it was even possible.
But
and
मैं
That,
and
गुजराती और लोगों पैसा का तो हमको.
you know, I once met
loopholes.
one. I once met my one the Gujarati uncle here, and he told me that पैसा चाहिए तो मेरे को बताना. So I said कैसे मतलब? तो he said कि वहाँ उधर कैश दे दो इधर मैं चेक दे दूँगा. He said that he'll give me check here, but then I think it's not the right way to do it, right? I think everyone wants.
And
या इसीलिए गुजरात में ना, इसलिए गुजरात में ना कोई करेंसी प्रेस नहीं है। तो घर
Right, right.
वैसे घर घर में प्रिंटिंग प्रेस है, ऐसा समझ लो, लेकिन घर में एक्चुअल गवर्नमेंट वाली प्रिंटिंग प्रेस नहीं है उधर कोई भी गुजरात में। नहीं, वो वाला मुझे आई डो नॉट नो अनिल, आई डोंट नो सच थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग और ऑल दिस थिंग्स, जस्ट
मैं तो
बिकॉज़
बड़ा
स्पेस
कॉमन
इज
है. It's
बीइंग
called.
रिकॉर्डेड इसके लिए।
That's. I mean, we are not doing it, but it's a lot of people do it.
Yeah, that is what like they, so
Yeah.
especially, yeah, those are those people like no comments on that, but yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know how he's doing it because he was ready to give it to me in white here,
Oh, there is like
like
when the
by
space is
check.
not recorded, yeah, when the space is not recorded, when there is no YouTube people, then I know what is it
Okay.
happening here.
let's
Yeah.
talk offline.
Mhm.
Yeah. Maybe someday. But I
Yeah.
never use that service, so I don't know. I don't have money in India anyway.
And I will add one more point. This is recent information given by at least HDFC Bank to me regarding my
Uh-huh.
inquiry. So
Uh-huh.
they said in their email that as per RBI relaxation, transfer of
Mhm.
eligible funds from self NRO to self NRE account is up to 1 million USD in a financial year.
I think in a bank, HDFC Bank also, I think there is a link for 15 CACB something. It should be there because in my
Yes,
bank account I do have it.
yeah. There is a FEMA
Yeah,
declaration
1
form you
million,
have to
as I
fill.
say that, yes, it is there. Like, and if you're a resident Indian, let's say if you're moving to abroad for the first time, or let's say if you don't have, if you have not gained your NR status in abroad, you can transfer $250,000.
Mm.
But yeah,
Okay.
15 CACB has been there for almost 10, 15 years, I guess. More than that, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. There is one question from STD on YouTube. He's asking whether he should invest with all that. What do you guys think about considering current administration being in H1B? Should we invest and purchase house in USA or we should wait and watch? I don't think you should wait and watch. If you want to buy, go ahead and buy. These kind of things will keep happening. I have seen it for the last 13 years. But the more you delay, the more you will delay your life and the enjoyment that you want to bring through the house. You are going to make memories with your kids. The kids will grow up, and these kind of visa issues will keep going on. So don't stop. If you want to do something, just go ahead and do it. That's my opinion. What do you think, Bakarwadi and other people?
I would say that let's wait for 6, 7 months because
Hmm.
all these people are doing reverse migration,
Uh-huh.
reverse illegal or legal migration. I don't know how to say that. Basis
Uh-huh.
on that, based on that, I believe there will be more supply of available houses than the people able to buy it. Now, someone would say that those are illegal people moving back. So I'll tell you, in California and some other states, even government was providing a financial benefit to illegal to buy the houses.
Okay.
Okay, so those things are also there. So maybe I believe that based on that, the houses prices may go down. So you might get a same house for cheaper price. That is
Okay.
economic point of view. Now let's
Oh,
talk
so
about the
you
personal point of view. Yeah,
okay.
But
Right.
you tell me.
but Bakarwadi, at the same time, there are like illegal people are going moving out and everything is happening. So they are saying that there will be no man force or resources for this kind of work. So that may affect the prices also, which may go up. And at the same time, we have these tariff wars are going on, right?
Correct.
And because of that also, they are predicting that the prices will go up because a lot of countries are reverting back with the tariffs also. For example, Canada did today.
Mhm.
So in that, like, is it expected to go prices up? So the house prices will go up as well in coming
Okay,
months.
I got okay. This illegal immigration problem, let's say 50 years back, there was not much of illegal immigration problem at that time. Still, the white people were the majority of the people who were building the houses. In just like in a 30, 40 years, that trend has changed. Correct. So prior to that,
Mm,
also US was building houses. US was building skyscrapers.
mm,
Got it. So manpower issue temporary it will be there, but after that, it will come. Okay, so that is it. And as far as these what to tariffs and everything concerned, Mexico already say that okay, we are sorry. Canada already say we are already sorry. Correct.
mm,
So they will understand like up to what level you want to fight with USA.
mhm,
Okay. So there's a thing. India also said that okay, we are going to accept 18,000 people. Yeah, when the BRICS said that don't want to use a dollar, but like the more the Trump said that okay, we say okay, we will think about it, all this thing. And because
but
US is on a US is sitting on a 40 trillions of a debt. Nobody wants that US economy to go down. If the economy
mm,
US goes down, everybody will go down. It's not like it's अभी
mhm,
कैसा है ना कि uh, अभी अभी for example there is a three-wheel rickshaw, okay, and there's a
mm,
one bad tire, but you don't have a spare wheel right now.
mm,
And then the bad tire is connected to the engine. That's the only tire which is pushes the rickshaw. Even the
mm,
tire is bad right now, still you have to take it कि भाई ठीक है चल चलता है तो बिकॉज ये
mhm,
टायर भी निकल गया तो मैं आगे भी नहीं जा पाऊंगा.
mhm,
ठीक है. So that is it. And my concern is okay there will be more supply would because अभी कैसा है कि there will be still some inventory which is about to get finished. Okay. See,
mm,
this labor has gone down, so there will be inventory which will get finished in some time. Okay.
mm,
And inflation will take a little bit of time. Okay, the rates will go down. But by the time still the houses are not getting sold, so what they'll do, they'll
mm,
discount it.
mhm.
Okay, so
Okay.
that is my assumption. Secondary, and the personal point of view, as I said, that you ask yourself, have you done anything wrong while you were in the US, which can affect
Mm,
your visa? Or are you equipped enough with the based on the latest changes and technological changes, let's say you're in IT field, okay, so that your job will be 100% secure in the next 6 to 8 months, that you can surely say that if everybody, even everybody abuses a H1B in a government and everyone, still I'll be able to continue with my job. Okay. Nobody can confirm it, but at least you can little bit confidence. There would be some confidence in your own self, right? कि भी हाँ मेरे को
mm,
इतना तो skills है कि that means I'm better off than other 50, 60, 80, 100. My percentile of better off is around 90 to 99 percentage. Correct? In that
mhm,
case, yeah, you go ahead and buy it right now. If you think so that नहीं यार मैंने तो कुछ गलत किया है, वीज़ा स्टैम्पिंग के लिए भी मेरा डाउट लग रहा है that I'm getting some issue, maybe my or maybe the job which I'm doing it, मैं तो 2-3 लोगों से पूछ-पूछ के मैं काम कर लेता हूँ, but I'm not that much perfect enough to complete my task also. So sooner or
mhm,
later your job will go. In that case, don't invest it in the house. Better
mm,
save money by having a rental house. Okay, consider that okay, let's say you want to buy the house and you want to spend $3,000 as an installment. But currently you're living in an apartment which gives you $2,000. So invest that $1,000 for your future. If situation changes after 1 year down the line, then you buy it. See, because
mhm,
only economy is not the only factor here. You have to also think about yourself also. If the economy
mm,
is going up, but because something suddenly that guy says that look, H1B is a problem, we don't want H1B. So when with the economy high also, everybody will lose a job and we have to go back.
mm.
I mean, that is what,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
what my long-term point of view,
No,
short term and long term.
yeah, that's right. I mean, buying a house is a big decision, and you have to consider not only one factor. There are 10 other factors you have to consider
Yeah.
also, including immigration and financial like capabilities, etc., etc.
Yeah, बाकी मुझे तो लग
But
रहा है I think the prices will be
why I'm
will
saying
go
that
down.
because, yeah, for example, if there is a worker who is ready to work like $10 per hour, right now. But there is not enough resources, and the same work is doing by American worker. He will not charge $10. He will charge maybe 20, $30 per hour, and that prices will be passing to the consumers, right?
Up to what level? A house which
Uh,
is being sold at five half a million dollar.
we'll
Okay.
talk about house, for example. Yeah.
Yeah, let's say the half. Okay, in that case, $500,000 house. Okay, let's say I'm considering that there is no profit, there is no loss. Okay, so that means in
Uh,
that case, to around 200 and or $300,000 is the worth of inventory, like all the things. Okay, and
uh,
$200,000 is a labor. $200,000 is a
uh,
labor. Okay,
uh,
because labor pays a substantial part. Right now, also from Home Depot or maybe Menards or anywhere, you can still get your whole building house kit, 3 bedroom whole. It will be like around 200,000 or $300,000.
uh,
Construction is a different story, but you will get a whole kit, like whatever things you need, even number of nails you need, they will give you in a pre-pack
uh,
and all the stuff.
Oh, really? They
uh.
sell it like as a package?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Amazon also sells that, right? Amazon or something sells houses in $50,000 or
Yeah,
something like
those
that.
are those are those are pre-built house. I'm talking about like whatever things you needed to build a, let's say, 2 bedroom house. Okay,
Right, right.
Hmm.
everything they provide you.
Really?
Kit like a DIY kit kind of thing. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
look for that. Yeah,
do it yourself.
yeah.
Oh, I never heard about that. Man. That's crazy.
Oh, Anil, what you do, man?
I just sleep and wake up.
No, no. So that is it. So let's say so that labor will marginally will go up. Let's say house price by $550,000. It will not impact
Mhm.
much.
Mhm.
It will not impact much.
Okay.
Because see, it's like if these people will think that okay, there is no labor, but this is so they will start building the prefab house sooner or later.
Okay, so the answer for STD is that if you are looking from the economic point of view, you guys are saying that it's okay to buy or wait.
I would say
What
they
is
just wait
the
for some time. I think.
okay?
Okay,
And from the
many realtor will not like it, but yeah,
so you guys are expecting the prices to go down or they will remain
I'm
same?
expecting the prices will go down. We'll know
Okay.
like okay next week. Next week is the Super Bowl, right? Super Bowl is the day from where the listing
Uh-huh.
generally starts.
Okay.
From yeah,
So
that is a trend here in the US on the Super Bowl. They start
uh-huh.
listing it because there are not many listings in a winter. Generally, all the listing happens from February to
Hmm.
October. After that,
Okay.
generally listing goes down.
Okay. So the more listings there are, the less price competition will
Yeah,
be
in a
in the
particular
market.
zip code, if there are like 15 houses and one particular zip code, like so, obviously there's a more supply than the demand. Then
Right.
obviously,
So, and the second part of his question was with respect to the visa situation, should he wait or should he buy? My
first of all,
opinion
he has
was
to
that
tell me. First of all, he has to tell me what his spouse gonna cook after 10 days. Does he know? No,
So
then
that,
how
that's
I cannot say that answer. Nobody can say
I
that
will,
answer.
yeah, I will give simple logic. That's my one
uh-huh,
of my friend's logic. One of my friend's logic.
uh-huh,
Fortunately, he got a green card right now. I mean, he was in the same situation in H1B,
okay,
that
okay,
loop. So
uh-huh,
he used to buy the house, not a new house or not very old house, like a decent house,
okay,
whatever affordable for him, and he was
uh-huh,
targeting for 3 years. Like I have
okay,
H1B, I have job, I can have my the house at least 3 years, and I will think about that whether selling it or move it out or something like that after 3 years. I'm not thinking
okay,
beyond that. So it's
uh-huh,
like just think short term, time by part, like first 3 years, then next 3 years, or 1.5 year, or maybe something like that. But
okay,
don't think like, okay, I will not get green card, or my visa will be rejected, and this and that thing. Then you will not be able to buy house in your lifetime.
right. Yeah, I agree. I think if you are ready to buy, you have the money, I mean, just buy. Don't worry about the visa situation. unless your job is like very risky job in the sense that it can go anytime. If you have a decent, stable job, then there is no harm in buying, I would say. But as Bakarwadi had said, if you want to wait for a couple of months, there is a chance that you might get a better price if you try to buy in the summertime, right?
Yeah, but otherwise, yes, also like anything can
But
happen.
Bhakarwadi, in the summertime, there will also be a lot of buyers, right? So the market will be
Yeah.
hot.
No, after summer, like in the
Even today also,
just
even
after
today also, there are a lot of buyers.
after fall, after fall, there will be I would say this that once that listing season ends, at the time you buy it, you'll get a deal. Maybe you can buy. And as another thing is that, you know, being an Indian, we always feel satisfaction of bargaining, right? So there is a way you
Yeah,
can bargain
but
it.
Bhakarwadi, there's also another like we were talking about the different factors, right? So another factor is the school. So in summer, we'll decide to move from X school to Y school depending on whether you're going to middle school or high school, right? So a lot of families, at least in the area that I live in, move during summer. So there's a lot of competition, bidding wars with the good houses in the good school district. But I kind of agree with
See,
you where
those
you
school,
said
good
that.
school district, good areas, even if there's whatever happens, the prices is gonna be high on that case.
Right, right,
If
right,
there's a
right.
nearby Patel brothers or there's Indian community, okay,
Yeah.
so those things are exceptional. So in that case, because we Indians, like for example, the one you were talking about, right? 3 years. So obviously, I'm believing that person would have been Gujarati or that person would have been from Delhi area. Either these are the only two conditions that would be correct. I don't
Hmm.
want to know that. I don't want to be stereotyped, but obviously that one of your friend must have been Gujarati or must be from North India, Delhi area somewhere. Correct. Okay. But yeah, but what I'm saying is that in that case, like so those would be there. Like maybe if you go to like say, let's say our Dallas area, where Austin area, where a lot of Indians are already there, where some schools are there which are into top 10 into the whole state. Okay, or maybe Midwest area. Those things would remain there. Like as I said, if you want to buy it right now, so whenever you get an opportunity, you buy it. But I'm talking about as a general.
Okay, got it, got it. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Right.
There are certain school districts, school, so those things would gonna like what to compete because luckily we know how to save money, so that's why we can buy those houses.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't
Right.
live on a paycheck to paycheck.
Mm.
Right.
Like so
So,
तो वहाँ पे bidding wars सब कुछ जो है वो तो नहीं भी होगा and like it, I'm not saying guaranteed कि ना भी हो because the way he has uncertainty about his future, there will be also other thousands other people would have been also there who would have uncertainty about the future.
Mm-hmm.
So they would have been
Hmm.
also skipping their decision. So maybe the bidding
Yeah.
war would go down.
right.
Right, 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 right.
So that is it. So like there are
Yeah.
multiple
So,
factors here. Yeah. But like as I say that Abhi, if you think so there is a funds lying that are necessary to just 0.1 percentage lying in your bank account, if you want, go ahead and buy it. If you
Mm.
think so that you
yeah.
can wait for it, I would suggest that wait for it right now. You will get a better opportunity because this is not like a stock market
Mm.
where there won't be any good opportunity. This is real estate
And
where correction, good correction always happens every 1 2 years.
and
Right.
lot of builders are offering like promotional rates, right? So
हाँ तो हो रहा है ना
that's
उधर ना.
also
हाँ वो करेंगे ना उधर
5%,
भी.
4% हो दे रहे हैं. So take an advantage of that because
Yeah.
Right.
new houses I'm talking about.
Yeah. I mean, basically, the crux is that do not tie your buying house decision with your visa status. If you have the I-140 approved, your H1B will be extended.
Yeah.
You can get it extended, in fact. So,
Yeah,
take the house buying decision based on your emotional side, rather emotional and economic side, rather than the H1B visa side, right? That's what
Yeah.
you guys are trying to say.
And plus, also one more thing is that, like, you know, if you
Mhm.
are assuming that you're gonna get a remote job 100%, that situation may change sooner or later with the way these all
Right.
the things are happening. It. I'm not like touch
Mhm.
wood, it never changes. That still company
Mhm.
continues to go for hybrid and remote, but you never know.
Right.
You
But
never know.
even in worst case scenario, if suppose something happens and you have to sell the house. I don't think so. That's much of a difficult job involving your like agent and everything. You can. I think that will take 1 month or 2 months of time for selling that house. In worst case situation, I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's not a, yeah.
Yeah,
He in US is selling is not a buying and selling is like a 1 day task. Like obviously the market supports.
right, right. So don't take that much tension. Just if you want to buy, if your wife wants to buy, just go and buy. Don't
Yeah,
rely on your own decision. In my own
yeah.
case, I always kept delaying that. Okay, we don't have the visa. We don't have the certainty about visa. I was too scared to sign the mortgage, and the prices used to increase and this and that. I kept delaying the decision. But one fine day, my wife said, "I'm buying. You think whatever you want to think," and she bought it. She signed the check, and that's it. It happened. So if you are
And
confused, listen to your wife.
and one more thing, like okay, and don't buy the house because your friend is buying.
Yeah. And don't buy next to him. Okay. If you want to keep the friendship intact, buy in
also,
Yeah.
like
also
Yeah,
don't
don't
compete
buy the
with them.
houses because everybody is also
Also,
buying it. Yeah, don't buy that
yeah,
also.
and also don't compete with them that he had bought like 1 million house. I will go for 1.5 million.
yeah, yeah. Buy the number of rooms that you think you will need based on your number of kids and your situation. Don't compete because the taxes are very high in US. It's not like India, and the taxes will pinch you every year.
But there are so many other expenses also, which sometimes
Exactly.
you never know because your
Exactly.
one of your friend who already is feeling all this pain, he will never share that
Uh-huh.
such pain to you. I say no, 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 it's easy, buy it, man. बाकी मैं भी खड्डे में पड़ा हूँ तू भी पड़ yeah अभी
Nice.
just for example like the people who are living in a single family house, let's say in that case, okay, currently you might have outsourced your lawn services and everything to all the agency. Now I'm just wondering what will happen because we know that who are those people who come to your house to cut your grass,
Mm.
correct? So right now they might be charging $250 per month for you, maybe say $150. I'm sure that charges will go up to $400 next this summer
Yeah, that's what I was
because
talking about, Bakarodi.
yeah. Yeah, so that would be it. And for some, for right now, also, what will happen that all these builder will also say that, oh, we don't have a manpower, so they will unfortunate they will unnecessarily rise the price. But after 6 months, what will happen? Oh my God, I took advantage of people telling people that okay, we don't have a labor to build the houses, so that's only inventory what we have. But now nobody is buying it. Let me reduce the price again. Because builder
Mhm.
will also continue to say that, oh, I don't have a people to work. I don't have people to work.
Okay, so STD is saying that you guys have discussed it a lot. Just shut up now. And
Oh
but
man,
he's
that was
saying
a
that
sensitive topic, man. Yeah.
yeah, no, but he's saying thanks. That I added that kind of
I know.
satire to it, where he's saying that discussion has really helped him. He has approved I-140, so I don't think you have anything to worry. If you want to buy, just go ahead and buy based on the economic and the personal choice situation. And I think we can take the last question for today from Ramya G. She's asking, is it safe? Let me just, yeah, is it safe for GC holders to travel outside the country for a couple of months? I don't see any issue with the GC holders. Even H1Bs are traveling. So, yeah, GC should be pretty much safe. No issues. They have not blocked anything, and I don't see, even if they block, they in COVID travel ban also, GC holders were not blocked. They were allowed to travel in last Trump administration. What do you guys think? Any other opinion?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they are free
yeah.
of charge.
Trump did block the GC holders back in 2017, but he blocked it from certain countries like Iran and all that, who America considers like enemy countries. So, or countries where a lot of terrorists can come from, but it was immediately blocked by the like he's signing these executive orders. He signed executive order.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
it's
he
it's
signed.
it's a theater show going on, right? He signs it, he blasts it something in media, and then next day he says, "No, no, no, we are negotiating, we are doing something."
Yeah, so that's how he does his deals. And I think you cannot say that it doesn't work. It did work a lot. I think a lot of the tax and tariffs which Trump has applied in his first term, most of the people don't know that Biden and Kamala Harris, they did keep a lot of them. They continued with a lot of them. So
Okay.
wherever it works, so it's like I mean wherever it is working, it's a kind of negotiating. Like he has deferred the Mexico and Canada tariff by a month today. So it's a kind of negotiating tactics in which you ask someone that I will put tariff on you, and then they start doing that work, and then you put on hold, and then say if this work didn't get completed till 1 month, I will bring back the tariffs again. So he used that green card ban back in 2017, but it was obviously like the uh, birthright thing. It was scrapped by the courts, and all the people who were struck who were traveling to US back in 2017.
Hmm.
I mean, they were stuck at airports when he ordered that executive order, but after some time, Supreme Court reverted it, and then everything back to normal. So yeah. So
Right,
as long as Trump is there, see, you must understand one thing, that as long as Trump is here, immigration is going to be tough. Okay, I mean, we should not think that because it is a spell all over the world of right wing politics, and right wing politics is all about xenophobia and all this
right,
majoritism and white supremacy and all that. So
right,
obviously the white supremacists don't like anyone. I mean, if you think that it is only against Indians, it's not against Indians. It's against everyone. It's against every immigrant. So you must be very smart in your approach. You should not you must live in ground reality, not in some another word, in any fictional word that these people heart will change and these people. I mean, you must live in reality, and the reality is that as long as Trump is here, it is not going to be easy. So
right,
hold your ground somehow and wait till he goes, and then when the next government comes. But you won't get much concessions as long as Trump is here, because they are to his fan base is also very anti-immigrant. So you must know the reality. You must understand the politics. You must not live in another word that these people will understand things. They are not capable of understanding things. That you must
right,
also know, right? So I mean,
right,
I hear a lot of people say that no, it cannot happen, that cannot happen, or I mean, it's not like that. You must understand the politics, and then you will understand how the world works and what is the ground reality. It's not going to be a business as usual like it has been. So there will be ups and lows, mostly lows when Trump is here, and after that, hopefully, in next government, I mean, something positive will be better, but it will be better than whatever is happening right now. Yeah, that's just.
right, right. Yeah, I kind of agree. So travel with caution, but wherever you're traveling, but I don't see any issue currently for the GC holders or visa holders for that matter. But for visa holders, if you we already discussed with Bakarwadi sharing his opinion and Jayesh sharing his opinions there, and you can go back and see listen to our discussion in the first half of the life. Sure. So
And
thanks,
one more
Arsenal, for
thing, yeah.
sharing your.
In that one more thing, like if
Mhm.
anything goes wrong, it will not be immediate.
Right.
Yeah, so you will have a like, so go travel, enjoy.
Yeah.
So we are paying
Mhm.
taxes just for you and your citizen only, don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more thing. I think most
Uh-huh.
of the people in US don't know that. I mean, many
Uh-huh.
knows that, but most of people don't know that if you are in a tech job, right, and
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
your wife is also in a tech job, so if you
Mhm.
come to Canada and take PR and citizenship here, then
Mhm.
there is a TN visa which
Uh-huh.
is given to Canadians and Mexicans.
Right.
For Canadians, it's quite an easy process. So that you
Uh-huh.
can also utilize to work and settle permanently in US as well as in Canada. So Canadian citizens have all the rights of buying a property in Canada, staying in Canada. So and with the TN visa, you can work as you're working right now in the US. So that is also a pathway, especially for younger people. It is a pathway so that you can utilize that as well because even though Canada is no more easy, but it's still obviously better than US. So that pathway you can definitely utilize. So the basic difference between Canada and US is obviously if you leave the weather side. I mean, some like people like me who love cold weather, so it's not a problem for me, but for some Indians, it's a problem. But I don't think it is a problem with global warming. Every place is becoming more and more livable, like especially the colder places. So
Mhm.
I think the only drawback in Canada is that uh, you wouldn't have so many tech jobs as you have in US. But still, I mean, if you wanted to stay in this part of the world, I mean, Canada is a good bet according to me. I knew that. Most of the people who knows that they make a decision early. So the earlier you take this decision, the better it will be for you. The younger you are, the better it will be for you. The longer you delay in your late 30s or 40s, it will get difficult. And obviously, getting a PR in Canada as a young person below 30 is far more easier than a person who is above 35 or I mean in 40s it's very
Right.
yeah.
So you're in
Yeah.
Canada?
Yeah, I am in Canada.
So just one question. So do they offer a mango lassi in Tim Hortons?
Yeah. Not yet.
Asking for a friend.
Not yet.
Soon,
No, no,
soon they will, they have to.
no,
Here,
just
here,
kidding.
a Walmart near me. I live in Dallas. They are selling Haldirams
No,
in
yeah,
Walmart.
no, no, it is everywhere. Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I ask you the lassi is there because like Punjabi lassi. No, you forgot one thing to add, sir. That cold weather, but the good thing that there's a Tim Hortons in the Canada.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but over a period of time you will get bored of Tim Hortons. I mean, so
Yeah, I never liked
obviously,
it. That's okay.
yeah.
No, no, but that's okay. Good, sir. No,
Okay.
as
I
in like
think.
okay, as in add a lassi or maybe chas or something in Tim Hortons.
I mean, you have
Mm.
enough Indian stores here, especially in Canada. I don't know in US. In Canada, Indian stores are everywhere, and Indian, especially if you live in a desi area like I'm living. I mean,
Uh-huh.
you are like there is no scarcity of Indian food, and
Oh, so
you would
you're not living in Canada. You're living in Canada.
not not a Brampton or Surrey kind of place, but yeah, it is a
Uh,
relatively desi area. So desi areas in like I mean, there are a lot of 50% are Indians. I mean, 20% are black people, and 20% are, I mean, South Asians or Arabic people, and 10% are white people. So that's the
Oh,
combination of this area. Yeah.
oh,
So
so
I
you have to
hope.
Awesome.
go. So you have to go to the nearby town to feel like you are in Canada. Just ask.
No,
Just
no,
kidding.
it's
No.
not like that. You need to go to the downtown to feel
Yeah.
get
Okay.
the feel of
Okay.
Canada.
No, no, no. ठीक है, नहीं, नहीं, sir.
Okay.
Good night, sir. Good night. Good night, sir. कोई बात नहीं.
Yeah, chalo. It was a nice discussion today. Thanks everyone for joining. And let's meet next week, same time, Monday. If you guys have opinions to share, please do join. And thank you all. Good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
See
Yeah,
you next time. Good night.
thanks. Bye.